shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah.
Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see third-year quarterback Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans as they match up with the great Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Standing by for the call from venerable Lambeau Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Houston Texans. From up top, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, hope you're prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. First-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. Josh Jones in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 24, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 63 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Thomas there to make the grab. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And man, Charles, talk about singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a Rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. Rodgers now to throw. And right away, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The football going to Green Bay here in just a second. And the Packers, well, they made a big move at wide receiver this offseason, bringing in a 4-time 1,000-yard receiver. But sadly for the Packer fans, it was just a one-day contract for Jordy Nelson, who wanted to retire a Packer. And why wouldn't he? Spent 10 years in the green and gold, better than 7,800 receiving yards, 5th most in franchise history.
I was looking at my boards to find that receiver.
Yeah, who is that?
Who was that they brought in? How did I miss that news? But you're exactly right. Jordy Nelson, fan favorite, a quarterback favorite for Aaron Rodgers. And he had a nice final season in Oakland. Didn't go gently into the good night. 63 catches, a little over 700 yards. So still productive all the way through his career.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
25 yards that time. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence you got.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Over. Hey, check 26. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Yeah, Liz.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Hard throw, incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Let's get off the field. Check 30. Check 99. Bravo. 40 on Mike. Right now. You got 58. Check 399.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this Texans defense stands tall. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up.
We're set. Here we go, here we go. Larry. Got to do better. Come on,
On second down, here's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2, as they've got it staring at a third down and 13. Third and long, it's Watson. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Watson now to throw. Throw left side complete to QT. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Watson. Going to throw deep, and this is caught. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back.
And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 78 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Kenny Clark, his second sack of the night. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Montravius Adams in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be fourth down. Fourth down, so the Texans dial up the number of their second-year punter, Trevor Daniel. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Check Mike. Check hot route. Hot. Back north.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they will go ahead and obviously decline the pass interference, and the touchdown will stand. Extra point try now for Crosby. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. And an alley to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates. And
the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, These are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Get 300. Get 300. Inside.
Now Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. 23 yards the pickup there. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving that.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Rodgers now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's got the first down inside the 10. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Back north. Back north.
Rodgers to throw once more. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Davante Adams, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And again, it's Rodgers. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. So we've come, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Davante Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On second down, it's Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Hey, let's go.
It's 3rd down and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
From just shy of midfield, Watson flushed out right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And Thomas has it. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On second down, it's Johnson, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like...
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Zadarius Smith in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on first down, Watson, that is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the Texans push further out in front. A good sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Packers get set to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Inside.
Here's Rodgers to throw. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Rodgers pass intended for Devontae Adams. Incomplete.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before this worked?
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. DJ Reader able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Now it's Rodgers. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Watson on first down. And an alley to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
That was earning a first down the hard way. You want your quarterback to be a scrapper, but you also want to keep him upright. He paid for that first down by taking a big-time hit.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Throwing now, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost her, and the Packers pick it up. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
41 Mike. 41 Mike.
Rodgers now. Going to throw again. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Rodgers now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. A gain of 3, second down. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls and the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock, turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about, space out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing, relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the runner-up and Rookie of the Year balloting Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns as they take...
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears. That's fielded in the end zone. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. He goes 105 yards on the kick return as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First carry for Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On the carry, it's Davis. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Trubisky to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big... And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here are the Browns under their new head coach, Freddie Kitchens. They'll be led out by their second-year quarterback. It was the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner, as most of you know, and that's Baker Mayfield. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10.
Watch the shit. Watch the shit. 50. Run.
Mayfield on 1st down. Being chased out left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's got some space here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. These two teams all tied after one. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a second down coming up.
Recon, 132 fighter. Point it right.
On 2nd and 15 now. Mayfield. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. Oh, look at the juke. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on third down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
On fourth down, the Browns hand things over to the veteran Britton Colquitt to punt. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. That's pulled in at the 32. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bears take over. The Bears coming out here, and they've made some news in recent weeks for something that I know you love. They've announced that they'll be adding 2 statues in front of Soldier Field as they get set to start their 100th season. George Halas, the founder of the franchise, he'll get a statue, and Walter Payton.
Sweetness.
Yeah, if you think about it, you're talking about the Mount Rushmore Chicago favorites. He's up there with probably Michael Jordan and Ernie Banks.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. In Chicago, of course, you have to salute George Halas. He started the whole thing because he helped start the league. Remember, they were the Decatur Staleys who became the Chicago Bears.
I don't remember that.
You know, you don't? You weren't around for that one? I'm surprised. But anyway, that's how it all went down.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, 35 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points. Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 40.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you